What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is Legitical Response. We cover political news, and as is customary, like I always say on the weekends, I try to cover these debates, and I'm loving Piers Morgan Uncensored. These debates, they're pretty good. They're almost all of them are pretty good. And just like yesterday, I know it's kind of beating a dead horse, kind of the same thing. The Democrats are playing whataboutery. It's just nothing but whataboutery. Constantly. They can't answer the question as to why their rhetoric is so incendiary, right? Why do they keep calling, like nudging at calling for violence, poking at the bear, saying maybe somebody should do this, blah, blah, blah. That's all they do, and they have no answer for it whatsoever. Right? All they can say is, oh, well, what about these people? And what about these people? Why are they doing this? It's insane.
Completely insane to think that at some point somebody's going to say, well, in that case, if he really is the new Hitler, we've got to kill him. I mean, wouldn't you be the first to construct a moral argument that if somebody is literally the new Hitler right now on this planet, there is an absolute moral imperative, indeed duty, to kill that person? Otherwise, he's not the new Hitler.
Okay.
He can't be both.
Let's unpack. There's a lot there, Piers. You said a lot there and played a long chunk. Let's respond to some of the things. First of all, you say that's all bullshit, you said, playing that clip a moment ago. That clip ended with Willie Geist of NBC reporting that Donald Trump said Hitler did some good things. How is that bullshit? That's what Donald Trump said.
Because if you read the whole context of what he actually said that day, it's a deliberately misconstrued tiny part of what he said.
It's not.
It is actually.
It's not. It's what John Kelly said.
Well,
hold on. You had a long question. Let me respond to you. He also said, you quoted me on MSNBC. Yeah, I was responding to Trump literally quoting lines from Mein Kampf, poisoning the blood of this country. Piers, you're not a racist, I hope. You don't agree with saying that immigrants are poisoning the blood of this country.
Do you think he is the new Hitler?
That is a Nazi line. Hold on. That is a Nazi. That's not. No. I'm responding to you. Played a clip of me. So I'm going to talk about what I said. I stand by the line that Donald Trump is echoing the rhetoric of Adolf Hitler. He is. That's a fact. Donald Trump praised Hitler, according to his own Republican chief of staff. That is a fact. And stop saying the left calls him Hitler. You know who called him America's Hitler? His running mate, J.D. Vance, a Republican senator, called him America's Hitler. So by
the way, he was wrong
too. This is the left.
He was
Republicans,
wrong too.
Doesn't matter whether he was wrong. You're wrong to say it was the left. J.D. Vance called him. Well, no, you're wrong. You're wrong, Piers, because J.D. Vance is a Republican. He compared him to Hitler. People who have looked at what Trump and said has done, fascism experts, have said the guy is echoing fascist rhetoric. This is a guy, Piers, and I know you are the grandson of a British war hero who fought the Nazis. I know Captain Mark Oliver was a World War II hero who fought the Nazis.
Matthew
Oliver, I don't
Oliver,
say this lightly when I say this. Matthew Oliver, excuse me, war hero for our country. And yet today, you're taking light of the fact that Donald Trump quotes Adolf Hitler. He praises Nazis at Charlottesville as very fine people. He hosts a Nazi Holocaust denier for dinner at his home. Did you condemn that? I mean, it's absurd. And by the way, you say you're not right-wing.
I did condemn that.
You say you're not right-wing, Piers, and yet you give your right-wing guests a pass. Ben Shapiro came on your show on Monday. You didn't ask him about calling Barack Obama a fascist. Did he incite violence against Barack Obama? Why didn't you ask Ben Shapiro? Why are you playing a clip of me on Trump, but you didn't play a clip of Shapiro on Barack Obama?
Never mind.
And that's the name of the game when it comes to Donald Trump. Taking quotes out of context and just trying to run with that as if that was a serious quote. And then using hoaxes, like the very fine people hoax. That's going to come up again, y'all. That's going to come up a lot. They have to take something and misconstrue it, twist the facts. Once again, just like the corporate press and the mainstream narrative machine, they can't get actual facts on their side. They can't get anything substantive on their side. They have to take things out of context, twist it around and be like, oh, he's Hitler. Constantly calling him Hitler because they don't have anything else. Name something outside of stuff that Trump says that's a bad thing. Spending some money? Yeah, all politicians do that. What else do you got? Nothing. Nothing else.
I think he showed great personal courage, and I think he's going to win the election. Those two things, by the way, I think are going to turn out historically to be completely true.
No, come on. That's incomplete. I watched both your shows Monday, Tuesday. People can go watch them. You have acted as if there's two sides to this, that the Democrats are guilty of the same incitement and violence. There's not. I'm sorry. All right, let's play a game.
I've literally just played a bunch of people calling him Hitler for the last 8 years.
Those are not... Sorry. Well, no, you didn't. Actually, you played a clip from Willie Geist accurately reporting that Hitler did
No,
good
I played
things.
many,
That's not
many,
wrong.
many people.
Hold on.
I can play a few again if you like.
Hold on. Piers, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Hakeem Jeffries, Chuck Schumer, leadership of the Democratic Party. Can you play to me clips of them inciting violence in the same way as Donald Trump, Marjorie Taylor Greene,
No, but
Ron
why are you
DeSantis,
deflecting?
Paul Gosar?
Why are you deflecting?
Because you are deflecting, Piers. I'm not going to sit here and let you do both sides bullshit.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and play that game, Mehdi.
You know why there aren't uprisings all over the country, and maybe there will be.
There needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there is unrest in our lives.
You got to be ready to throw a punch. You have to be ready to throw a punch.
Donald Trump, I think you need to go back and punch him in the face.
That I thought he should have punched him in the face.
I feel like punching him.
I'd like to take him behind the gym if I were in high school. If we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him.
No,
I will go and take Trump out tonight.
take him out now.
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump.
Show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
Please, get up in the face of some Congress people.
People will do what they do.
I want to tell you, Gorsuch, I want to tell you, Kavanaugh, you have released the whirlwind, and you will pay the price.
We're going to go in there, we're going to...
So this is just a warning to you Trumpers. Be careful. Walk lightly. And for those of you who are soldiers, make them pay.
If you had to be stuck in an elevator with either President Trump, Mike Pence, or Jeff Sessions, who would it be?
Does one of us have to come out alive?
Now, in all honesty, both sides do this. Both sides do this a lot. That is called rhetoric. That doesn't mean you go out and act upon that. None of these people, left or right, are actually saying, hey, maybe somebody should go out there and put a bullet in Donald Trump. Oh, wait, no, somebody did say that, didn't they?
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump.
And that came from the left. But both sides do this ascending of rhetoric. You know, you got to always one-up the other person. It's constant. They both do that. That, once again, like I said, that doesn't mean you go out and act upon that. But the left has no response. They can't get up and say what I just said, that maybe Republicans shouldn't be doing that. Yeah, maybe now that we've seen somebody go out and act upon some of your violent rhetoric, maybe we should calm it down, tone it back, come back a little bit. Let's work out policy. Let's talk about actual substance here. Let's not say, oh, the other guy's so bad. Oh, the other guy's even worse, right? Calling somebody Hitler, saying he's an existential threat, right? I talk about Joe Biden destroying the country all the time. And, you know, honestly, I can see how that can be misconstrued. But I always follow that with saying he's not physically going to destroy the country. But what he is doing is he's burning everything down behind him. And what that means is his policies, things he does, is tearing this country apart. It's making us more divisive instead of trying to bring us together, instead of trying to maybe make some policies that will appease conservatives. Instead, you're going to go the opposite direction and piss off conservatives by just going hard left and just going insane with your policy. It doesn't work like that. Life doesn't work like that. He was supposed to be the unifier in chief, and he comes in and instantly starts going, oh, MAGA Republicans are a threat to democracy. It's an existential threat. We can't allow Donald Trump to get back in office. When you say stuff like that, right, like my rhetoric, it's pretty much just, look, Joe Biden's doing a very bad thing. And he doesn't need to get back into office. We need to vote him out. I'm not saying we need to go out there and take Joe Biden out. No, as a matter of fact, I wish, and he has, by the way, Joe Biden has dropped out. That's my next video. We're going to be talking about that. But he needs to go and retire and get the hell out of politics. That's what Joe Biden needs to do. I'm not saying we need to take him out. None of that.
But I've played you a bunch of clips of people repeatedly calling him Hitler. I say to you, there's the two sides.
All right, so let me respond. Can I respond?
Yep.
Can I respond? Okay, let me respond. Donald Trump ran for office in 2016 telling protesters rallies to punch people who pay their bills. As president, he played a clip of a guy saying the only good Democrat is a dead Democrat. He said to the Proud Boys, stand back and stand by. He called Nazis at Charlottesville. No, let me finish. You're interrupting me, Piers. I need to finish my sentence if you get to finish yours. I'm on your show. I'm a guest. I'm answering. Let me get to... I'm pointing out this is not two sides. What Donald Trump has said... your viewers need to hear this because you're not telling them this. Trump spent his entire presidency inciting violence against Ilhan Omar, George Soros, multiple members of Congress, people of color, right? He left office... right, having incited an insurrection which you condemned. He told them to go fight like hell. He said Mark Milley should be executed, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff.
What's this got to do with my question?
He mocked Paul Pelosi. I'm getting to it. He mocked Paul Pelosi for being hammered in the head.
He was wrong to do that.
Called for
That was
Pelosi
outrageous.
to be executed. It's not about whether he was wrong, Piers.
It is.
I can give you dozens of actual violent quotes from Donald Trump, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Paul Gosar. You can't give me those
Can you
quotes
get back to my
from
question?
Biden, Pelosi, Jeffries. No, answer my question. Where did Joe Biden say the
I've
only
asked
good
you a
Republican is a dead
question,
Republican?
Mehdi.
But it's not both sides, Piers. You can't deflect, Piers. The viewers are watching.
Your side
Where
has
did
literally
Biden or
spent
Harris?
8 years calling him Hitler. It's ridiculous to say there's no both sides.
We've already discussed the Hitler point.
I love how he tries to use the fight like hell. Where have they said go kill people? Has anybody on the right ever said go kill Joe Biden or go kill Nancy Pelosi? No, nobody has actually called for somebody to actually go out and kill somebody. Mehdi is being insane right here. He's not looking at the facts. He's not willing to admit that, yeah, maybe the rhetoric does need to be turned down a little bit, but guess what, Mehdi? You still want to play this game?
We do not want to forget. We will use that vision. Fight harder, we fight tougher, and we fight more passionately than ever. We still have a fight on our hands. Fight hard for the changes Americans are demanding. Get in the fight. To winning the fight. Fighting. He's fighting. We'll use every tool possible to fight for this change. We'll fight. To fight fighting hard. Serious about fighting and fight. We got to get on our front foot and fight back.
But we are going to make sure that this fight does not end tonight.
This is a fight for our lives, the lives of our friends and family members and neighbors. It is a fight, and it is a fight that we're going to work to make sure continues. It's a fight. It is a fight. It is a fight, and that's what this fight is for.
Well, I'm wired to fight anyone who isn't doing their job for us. I'm John Tester, and you're damn right. I approve this message.
From Trump. So does Trump. Trump called Biden the Gestapo just 2 months ago. Did you condemn him on this show?
Right.
Yes
Should people... Okay, let me ask you this. Should people...
No. Did you
Hang
condemn
on,
Trump?
Mehdi.
No,
I'm asking you a question.
With Hitler. No,
I'm
sorry,
asking you a
Piers. Sorry,
question.
Piers. You've made this entire interview about Hitler.
I'm asking
Did you condemn Biden? Did
I'm
you
asking
condemn Trump
you...
for calling Biden the Gestapo?
Should people on the left continue...
Did you condemn Trump?
Mehdi,
you didn't,
ask
obviously.
a question. Should people on the left continue to compare Donald Trump to Adolf Hitler? Yes or no?
Should the right call Biden Hitler?
Stop
because
deflecting,
Trump called him
Mehdi.
Gestapo.
Answer
It's
the
not
question.
deflecting. I'm pointing out your biases, Piers.
I'm asking you a question about your side.
Oh, my side is as long as Trump carries on praising Nazis, I'll point that out. I'm not going to... This show is called Piers Uncensored, but you want to stop me from criticising Trump because a Republican shot at him?
I don't want to stop you. Why do you say that?
No.
Why do you say that?
You just said, will you stop comparing him to Hitler?
Yes.
I'm only comparing him to Hitler because he talks like Hitler.
So you
If he
are
stops
comparing
talking
him to
like
Hitler,
I'll
who
stop
killed
comparing-
12 million people?
Because he's quoting Hitler. No, I'm not.
So you do think he's the new
This is
Hitler?
childish.
So you do think he's Hitler?
No, I think he's... No, I don't. I already said no, Piers. This is very hard
So
for
if
you to
he's not
understand.
the new Hitler,
He's not the
should
new
people...
Hitler, but he's...
Mehdi, if he's not the new Hitler, should people stop calling him Hitler? Yes or no?
He's not the new Hitler, but he's quoting Hitler, so I'm going to say he's quoting Hitler, and you can't censor me from saying that.
Of course I
If you have a
can't.
problem with the Hitler analogies, hold on, Piers, you do lots of interviews with Trump. Why don't you ask him to stop echoing Hitler instead of asking him softball questions?
Oh, well, actually, I didn't ask softball questions. If you go back and look at them, they were probably the
Did
toughest
you ask him to
interviews
stop
he
quoting
did.
Hitler?
Sorry?
Did you ask him to stop quoting Hitler?
You seem
Did you ask him to
fascinated
stop
with
quoting
questions
Hitler?
I've asked
You
other
asked
people.
me.
But yet you yourself don't want to
Because
answer
I
these
worry
questions.
about your double standards, Piers.
What double
I worry about
standards?
your bias. I just pointed out to you.
I don't
Ben
have a
Shapiro came on
bias.
your show. You didn't play him a clip. Can I finish? You asked me a question. You don't let me finish. Ben Shapiro came on your show.
You said all
You did not
this.
play a clip of Ben Shapiro calling up.
You said
oh,
all
my word.
this.
Can you finish one sentence? Ben
You've done
Shapiro
what
came
Joe
on your show.
Biden
You
did
not
with
play
Lester
one clip
Holt.
of him calling a fascist.
You've done what Joe Biden did with Lester Holt. Every time Lester Holt asked Biden a question, he deflected.
Actually, I wish Joe
time.
Biden had been more aggressive, as I am with you, and not put up with bullshit questions about bullseyes.
Listen, like I said...
You and I both agree Joe Biden should be way more aggressive and coherent.
Well, we're going to come to Joe Biden. We're going to come to Joe Biden in a moment, but just to be crystal clear, you have no problem with people on the left continuing to call Trump Adolf Hitler or compare him to Hitler?
I have no problem with Republicans like J.D. Vance calling Donald Trump Hitler if he talks like Hitler. No, I have no problem with that.
And what about people on the left, like including you?
I mean, should I not? OK, Piers, I don't understand this question. If Donald Trump quotes Hitler, should I not say that? Should I censor myself on Piers?
If you genuinely believe on the left that...
You need to be clear with your question.
I'm trying to ask you.
No, I need to know. I need to understand your question. Should I not say to people that Donald Trump just quoted Hitler? Should I say,
no,
better not say
that's
that?
Not what I said.
Calling him the new Hitler.
Not what I said. I said...
Then what should I do?
You know, it's funny, this whole, he's quoting Hitler, he's quoting Hitler. Well, you know what? Hitler was a human being, and Hitler said a whole lot of things, so I'm sure that you could go back and translate everything Hitler said and find quotes in there from pretty much every speech Hitler has ever done, and find people like Mehdi, people like me, people like anybody that has actually echoed Adolf Hitler in one of their speeches, in something they said. That doesn't take away from, why is he deflecting so much? You know, I just love this. Because, why didn't you go after Ben Shapiro when he was talking about Obama being a fascist and all this other stuff? It's like, come on, Mehdi. Because nobody took a shot at Obama. Nobody tried to kill Obama. What? That makes absolutely no sense. And I want to bring back the poisoning the blood hoax. And I call it a hoax because, yeah, Donald Trump said that. But when you... Once again, they take what Donald Trump says out of context. When you listen to the whole thing, you realize, and you pay close attention to it, he said, the Democrats are doing this. They are poisoning the blood of this country. Now, what Adolf Hitler was talking about, he was talking about Germans procreating with Jews and poisoning the actual blood. Now, what Donald Trump was talking about was Democrats allowing all these criminal aliens to come across the border and flood our country. That is poisoning the blood of the country, not of the people. So it's a very different quote, even though it sounds the same. It's a very different quote in nature. He's not talking about actual blood and actual people. He's talking about the country itself, and he's not talking about the immigrants poisoning the blood. He's talking about the Democrat policy is poisoning the blood of the country. Their mental gymnastics to twist this stuff around to say, that's Adolf Hitler, so therefore he is Hitler. So we're going to come out and just because it's an exact quote, like poisoning the blood, that's 3 words. Really? I'm sure you could take 3 words in any quote from Adolf Hitler, once again, like I said, and compare it to just about every pundit that comes on TV, on YouTube, streams, whatever. You can compare. I'm sure Mehdi has quoted Hitler in the past. I'm sure I have quoted Hitler in the past. I'm sure you have quoted Hitler in the past. Hitler had said a lot of stuff, like I said earlier, but the deflection is insane. They will not admit that maybe they should turn down the rhetoric. Maybe that they should listen to what Donald Trump says instead of taking this one little slice, or what they love to call a cheap fake, taking that out of context to mean something totally different. That's what they do, though. That's what the Democrats love to do. And I'm here to point all that BS out because that's what it is. Like Piers Morgan said. It's BS.
But you're going to get annoyed at me again. Sorry, Piers, I've got to say this. Again, the bias in your question. You say Biden can't string a sentence together. Nor can Trump, but you never point that out.
Oh, he can.
That's what bothers me.
But that's why you're so wrong.
Oh, he can. Oh, he can, Kenny.
Okay.
Oh, he can, Kenny. Yes, on Monday you got really worked up.
Do one thing.
No, let me finish an answer, Piers. Can I have one answer?
Please.
One answer. Trump cannot finish sentences. On Monday, you pointed out that Biden gets people's names wrong. You don't point out that Trump gets even more people's names wrong. Last month, he said he passed a dementia test. He got the name of the doctor wrong. Instead of saying Ronnie Jackson, he said Ronnie Johnson. He's confused Obama and Biden. He confused Nancy Pelosi and Nikki Haley. He's confused Iraq and Syria. He confused World War II with World War III. He's confused the leader of Turkey with the leader of Hungary. He's confused the leader of China with the leader of North Korea. He called Tim Cook Tim Apple, right? And he even got his own running mate's name wrong. He called J.D. Vance J.D. Mandel a couple of years back. So Donald Trump gets way more names wrong. He's way more incoherent. He's way more ignorant.
Which one of you?
Yes,
which
Biden
one
has a
of
lot
the two
issues,
of them? Which one
Trump
of the
is
two?
Much worse.
Which one of the two of them would you trust to drive you home?
Which one of the two of them would I trust to drive me home? I don't give a damn. That's not the question. Which one of the two of them would I trust to run the country without being a criminal, an autocrat, or an ignoramus? Joe Biden, of course.
Of course. That's where I disagree with you. I don't think Joe Biden can run a bath. And when it comes to driving me home, I take somebody.
And you think Donald Trump, the man who thinks?
I take someone who doesn't face plant on stage, fall off his bike, and everything else that Biden's been doing. You know how bad Biden is. You know it in your heart.
I do, but I do because unlike you, I'm not a partisan. I can say both of them have mental health issues. You won't say anything. You won't say anything about Trump. You're ignoring the fact that Trump said we should use nukes to stop
Trump
hurricane.
all the time.
That you need not on mental health. In fact, again, just in this show, you've just pointed out.
I was about to tell you what to do.
Trump couldn't walk down a stage. Trump couldn't walk off a stage without someone holding his hand.
This one is the most ridiculous of them all. Oh, Trump gets this wrong. J.D. Mandel. Yeah, that was an obvious joke, right? Trump does that a lot. Trump takes people's names and plays on that and will put another name in there, blah, 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 to make a joke. That's the difference between Trump and politicians. Trump is a comedian. Go watch one of his rallies. He throws a lot of improv in with his speeches, a lot of improv in with his comedy to keep people focused. That's why he has such a large following. That's why he has all these people who are willing to ride or die for Donald Trump because they hear him talk. He's a charismatic figure and he can keep you engaged. And then he mixes in policy prescription with comedy to make a very good presidential ticket. If you ask me, the guy does pretty good, but these people are they just refuse to look at anything good that Donald Trump has done. You know, at least me, I'm willing to admit that, yes, Donald Trump has some flaws. He has a lot of flaws. He's not my first pick. So anybody out there that thinks I'm some cultist or some shit like that, no, Donald Trump has some problems. Sure, he needs to turn his rhetoric down sometimes. Does he say some stuff he shouldn't say? Yes. Outside of saying stuff, because if you're going to get so upset that you get Trump derangement syndrome because of stuff Trump says, you might need to rethink your life strategy there. Let's look at policy. Donald Trump added a whole lot of zeros to our national debt. That's a genuine criticism. If I was to ever get in front of Donald Trump, I would ask him, why the hell did you do that? Why spend so much money? I thought you were a conservative, Trump. Why did you add $7 trillion to our national debt? Why did you increase drone strikes here and there? Oh, you're just taking out ISIS. Okay, so why are we involved with that? There's a lot of points of contention with Donald Trump, right? Sometimes he does need to tone it back sometimes. Sometimes he does need to think about some of his policy prescription. But guess what? His foreign policy was way better than any other president in my lifetime. Way better. That is a net positive. His domestic policy was pretty good as well, trying to close off the border. I don't get why these people, they're just going to throw out, oh, he's racist because he wants to secure the border. Is that really your argument? Because he doesn't like the rest of the world or something? Right? Because white people come across that southern border as well. It's not just Mexicans. It's people from all over the world. As a matter of fact, there's been a large increase in Chinese nationals coming across that southern border. It's not about the race of the people coming across the border. It's about the security of our nation. Because you just willy-nilly just let anybody come in. makes for a very unsecure situation, if you know what I mean. But the Democrats, they don't have any logical point of contention against Donald Trump. It's always stuff that he says, right? Well, get over yourself, because his policy is pretty good. And if he can do what he wants to do on this next term, hopefully we're good. Hopefully I am not sitting here a year from now railing and gnashing my teeth about something stupid Donald Trump done. But unfortunately, I have a feeling that that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. Why the hell would he do this? Why the hell would he do that? Blah, 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 blah. I have no problems criticizing Donald Trump. But these people, they refuse, once again, outright refuse to say anything good about Donald Trump at all. But the derangement is on display, and I just wanted to bring you that bit of derangement coming from Mehdi Hasan. And I think that's all I got for this one, y'all. I want y'all to let me know what y'all think about all this down in the comment section. That's all I got for this one. I want to thank everybody for watching, and y'all try to have a good day and stay legitical. Peace.